Ah. Hmm. So yesterday I was speaking to one of my ex-girlfriends. I'm in touch with most of my ex-girlfriends. Like we just talk about life, and once a while we talk about our adventurous past. So this girl who is now in the US, so we were just talking about the good old days. The good old days of me being a playboy. And yes, we are having a little bit of a kinky chat. Oh, you remember that? You remember this? Oh yeah, you had this and you had that. And we're just enjoying playfully flirting with each other. And I'm saying, yeah, wonder, do you still have what it takes? Yeah, want to try? Yeah. So we were at it. Okay. But then she asked me a question which I guess it's kind of like changed the mood of the conversation completely. She asked me, like, why did you stop being a playboy? Saying, why? You're still, you're still young, and saying you look more attractive than ever. She was being very kind. She's saying you're slim now and you're mature. She's saying I would have dated you now. So I was just laughing about it. But she asked me, why did you stop? Now mind you, this is me being a playboy when I was married. Those of you know, this is my 4th marriage. So with all the 3 partners that I had, even though I was married, I was still actively searching for other women. And I was enjoying with other girls. Plenty of other girls, plenty. I mean, it was crazy. Like every single day, I'd be chatting with a new girl. And I really had my way with girls. I knew how to hunt for them. I knew how to approach them. But it was not always a hit. Like you keep talking and you can figure out whether this girl will come out with you. And before you know it, the girl is in bed with me. So, and the reason why girls were comfortable with me is because I kept an open-ended relationship. I didn't mind whatever they did. Never asked them personal questions, where they went, who they went out with, whatever. When we are together, we just have sex. So we just, they knew that they could confide in me, talk to me, and whatever happened between us was between us. I never shared it with anyone. So yeah, these girls were, I had plenty of them. And I even targeted married women. Oh, evil. Married women who were either wanting to be adventurous or not satisfied, so I was Dr. Satisfaction. So anyway, I was asked, why did I stop being a playboy? When she asked me this question, the first answer that I gave, immediately, the first thing I told her is, just become old, yeah. So no sooner I said that, she said, what rubbish. She's saying, I'm still enjoying myself. Saying, I'm pretty sure you have a lot more in your gas tank. I said, yeah, I do. It's not that I don't. It's not that if I didn't want to sleep around or hunt for other girls, I can do that. Easily I can do that. But I guess it comes down to your priorities. I know, listen, I don't want to sound like a grandfather. Oh, priorities, seriousness. No, it's a straightforward fact, yeah. I mean, in order to get these girls, let's understand one thing. In order to get these girls, you need one thing, and that one thing is time. You have to spend time. Time to search for them, time to talk to them, time to be with them, time to take them out, time to listen to them, time to get them warmed up, and then time to take them to a place, time to shag them, time to satisfy them, time to listen to their drama. That is the single biggest investment you need, time. That is one. The second thing is you need to put all your heart, your soul, your effort, everything into this game. You know, it's like being a master of your trade. I'm telling you, I used to put a lot of effort from how I look to the gym. Gym used to take like workouts, supplements, steroids, trying to be in shape, then buying clothes that, you know, would suit me or accentuate my features. Then you have to spend money by taking them out to eat food, making them comfortable, buying, not expensive, but buying worthwhile stuff to impress them. There's a lot of effort that goes into it. And then you need to sit down, analyze them, think what you're going to say, not be in a hurry, give them 1 hour. So if you're ready to dedicate that kind of time, that is one. Second one is effort. And third one is money. Easily you can get girls, man. It's not impossible. It's you need to keep in mind, I was born in a South Indian conservative family. Nobody taught me how to get girls or impress girls, or forget, not even how to introduce myself. This was all that I watched from movies and books, and I analyzed and I studied and tried to master the art. And even having sex, I didn't know how to have sex. I didn't know personal grooming. I didn't know you have to wash your body. I didn't know you trim your hair. I didn't know how to use lube. There's so many things, man. You know, these are things which we learn. When you're born, you don't know all these things. Like, how many of you who in your school days or college days knew how to have anal sex the right way? How did you know where, like, did anyone tell you, okay, where's the G spot, or how to finger a female, or how to go down on a female, or what you have to teach the female to do, or how do you engage with each other in sex? This is all, you know, this is all stuff that nobody was there to teach, and we didn't know who to ask. And this is pre-internet, like pre-chatting, WhatsApp, pre-Facebook time, you know. So we would keep saying, coconut. So, you know, it was a process of learning and reading and buying encyclopedias, and, you know, you just didn't know where to go. Just imagine if there was no Google, how do you get the information? So that's how I went. And just to let you know, how did I learn the information? I used to ask girls who were elder than me, much more elder. I would ask them for tips. And they would look at me like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I need you to teach me how to pleasure a female. They would laugh, they would find it cute, but they, you know, they would oblige because I put it in a nice way. Now, don't go around asking females, how do I pleasure females? So, yeah. So that was the phase, and you know, I was living day to day, paycheck to paycheck. Like, earn money, end of the month, get the salary, and then blow it all off on having fun, going out, eating food. I didn't think about the next 2-3 months. I never thought of the next 6 months. I never thought of what if I would lose my job, or what if I would be in problems. I always say, lose a job, I'll get another job. Don't have money, I'll borrow. So I lived very recklessly, you know. Today, however, you know, like, if I look at Loy in the Playboy days versus Loy today, Loy in the Playboy days, if you'd get up, you'd be like, okay, what do I do today? Okay, go to work. Okay, oh, I have to go to the gym, have to train with the boys, have to show off the muscles, have to pump some iron. Then next thing you know, call up the friends. okay, where we'll go out evening, which club, or I was not smoking or drinking, but we used to go to the clubs to meet these girls. So where we'll go, which restaurant we'll go, where we'll go to have food. So it was always like some adventure, some thrill, something to do. You would not think about priorities. You just wanted to enjoy. Gym, girls, fun. You just wanted the whole day to be fun. In fact, while working also, I would just keep looking at the clock to see when it's time to go home. And if I could escape from work 1 hour early, I'd just run off. In fact, during work hours also, I would be busy meeting other girls and shagging them. From my physiotherapist to even the doctor who I used to meet. Fuck, it was crazy, man. I was just this walking dildo, walking vibrator for any girl who was frustrated. I was there to pleasure her. But then, that is Loy as a playboy. Today, Loy as this 44-year-old guy. Just now, I got up in the morning. Immediately, I thought about, okay, what's today's affairs? Means business. Okay, checked WhatsApp. Okay, these are the emails of clients, customers. Then checked YouTube. Okay, comments. Checked how many views. Okay, which video is doing well, which topic is trending. Then mentally planned out, okay, fine, where the money has to go for what money was received, what money is spending. Then as I dressed up, I thought about, okay, evening, does my wife need anything? So do I have to plan out the day accordingly? Then wore my stuff and kept my camera and all this gear ready. And mentally knew what topics I was going to talk about. And after this, I've already planned out, okay, upload the videos. Then clients, I have 3 appointments. Then, the cash targets that I have, how do I achieve that? Then what new content has to come out? So the mind, the effort, the energy is all reserved towards work and productivity and money and family. And I need to think about, okay, how much money do I keep for my wife next month? How much savings for my baby? So many things, man. And see, right now it is what? What's the time? 1:15 in the afternoon? It's 1:15. I've finished my exercise at around 12:30 to 1 o'clock I did. So the priorities are no longer pussy and sucking her breasts and putting my dick up her different holes and having sex on the table and having sex in the kitchen and fucking in the car and wanting to make her come. And that's not what you think. Okay, it's sexually satisfies you, some fantasy is there. The easiest way to satisfy this, just click on Pornhub, use your hand, 5 minutes, nice imagination, juggle it, get a release of chemicals in the brain, your urges get released, then go wash yourself and you feel normal. And for me, that is 5 minutes. So it's the same thing, right? Only difference is one is a real person and one is just imagination. But the difference is that one is fucking half an hour to 45 minutes. She has to satisfy me, but I have to satisfy her also. So, and my style was I'll always satisfy the girl before I get satisfied. So then I don't have to worry about, oh, okay, I came, now it's not going to be hard, how do I satisfy her? So I used to always make the girl climax first. It used to turn me on to know I could climax the girl. So fine, girl is satisfied. Then she can spend time and satisfy me. Just to lie down, relax. She's a happy camper. That itself takes 1 hour. But driving down to her place, takes another hour. Coming back from her place takes 1 hour. Getting ready to go there takes half an hour. After you come back, getting back to into work mode takes another hour. So overall what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So you spend 5 hours just to get your come out, to get your release. 5 hours versus 5 minutes. Which is better? Come on, tell me, which is better? And on top of that, I've not even factored in the money cost, effort cost, energy cost. I mean, I remember days where I would get this, if I'd get a new girl or a new Filipina and she was horny, I was horny, and I would spend 6 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. Okay, book a hotel, take a couple of Viagra tablets, and yeah, just make sure that we would fuck each other's brains out. So much her bloody body would ache, her vagina, she'll be like, oh, I can't take it anymore. Oh, how much do you fuck? She was enjoying, but she was like, please stop. Yeah. And I kind of felt, oh wow, I'm a man. Just imagine 8 hours, 9 hours, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and then after that you don't think about sex for days. I'm too old for that shit, man. Today 5 minutes, porn up, thank you, finish, imagination worked, went in the la la land of sexual fantasies. 5 minutes, go wash, come back. Only thing is I have to change, wash, that's all. It's good for having a bath, always fresh. But then back to work. Where 5 minutes, where 5 hours. And the 5 hours that I spend trying to impress a girl, that 5 hours I can generate content, make some money, which is any day much more sweeter than a pussy, man. Just imagine $5,000 or $1,000, or even let's say 1 hour of work, $200. Example, $200 US dollars versus spending money to satisfy a girl. I mean, which one is better, man? Come on. It all depends on what stage of your life you're on. If you're on the stage where instead of using this head, your dick head, blood goes only there, of course you'll think with your dick only, no? But today, I told you, my priorities are different, yeah. If I really want a pussy, I'm telling you, if I really want a pussy, just go to one of these massage bars, or there are these girls who's sitting there with half their tits out, and they look young, they look beautiful, they look sexy, and it's not that they have AIDS or anything. They make sure they get tested every week. Whenever they finish shagging someone, they get tested. So if I needed my small boy to be sucky, can go there. Pay hardly what, $30 or $10 or whatever, and she'll gladly suck me out. Give me a good hand job. I don't need to worry. And it's lesser headache than getting a girlfriend. Why you think most of the men prefer going to a whore than having a girlfriend? Less maintenance, less headache, less drama. Pay money. It's very straightforward. Go there and say, come on, suck. And she'll be like, yeah, baby. You can just go and tell her, open your legs, let me fuck. Okay, here, baby. You just have to pay a little money, which saves you fuckloads of time. Fuckloads of time, effort. And it's worth paying that $30, $50, $100 than wasting your whole fucking day and time and effort. End of the day, what? Pussy is the same, right? Hole is the same, right? It just whose hole it is. I know it's a very crude and disrespectful way, but this is the reality. This is fact. I know what some of you, oh, would you talk about your daughter? I'm not talking about my daughter's vagina right now, man. And I'm not talking about shagging my own daughter. Some of you fuck all idiots. You talk, you bring in, oh, what about your daughter? When you'll not believe this, you'll find it surprising, but one day I will have a conversation with my daughter. I will have, where I will make her understand how men are and what she needs to do. And that's for another video, the conversations that I'll have with my daughter. Seriously, I will talk to her everything from having sex to STDs to what guys want to the psychology of men, and also explain to her about women. Anyway, that's a different topic. So bottom line is this. The only reason I stopped being a playboy is it stopped being fun. The opportunity cost, the effort, the time, the money that I could use intelligently to build a career, to build a future for savings, was not worth getting a blowjob or a pussy hole or a shag, man. I just realized at some point of time, it was not sex, it was the thrill of the chase. I was just seeking validation. I was just seeking to feel special. And yes, I did want to feel loved. I did want someone to love me, because you can only be alone for so long. At some point you will feel close to somebody, right? So that's where I decided, okay, sex is 5 minutes. I want love always. And I'm looking for a friend who I can trust. And when you become older, you know, you're not as strong as before. Your joints ache, your back aches, your knee makes funny, tingly sensations. Your muscles get sore. You realize, fuck, I'm getting older. And as you get older, you don't want to live hand to mouth. You want to have a decent amount of money. You want to have a good quality life. You want good stuff. You don't want to be this walking vibrator or dildo that finds it even hard to go to a store and buy what he wants. Today, I can easily go and buy an iMac, state of the art. Feels good, but I'm not buying. Why? Because keep this money for the future. I have money saved up for my expense for the whole year. Okay, this is for food. This is for the lawyer. This is for the business. This is for the wife. This is for me. Saving for the house. So that is more important than, oh, I wonder if I put my tongue in there, how will it feel? Come on, man. So that was the kind of conversation I had with this girl. I think it surprised her as well. She's like, you have changed a lot. I said, yeah, happens. And now when you have a daughter, a child, your head is 24/7 into what do I need to do to provide for the wife and the baby. So it's not like I can no longer get a hard on. No. Hey, it still gets hard. But today the priority, the focus is not for that head. It's for the other head. The head that matters. Today, if I want, I can go to my wife and say, okay, let's have sex. Fine. And more than happy. Few minutes, okay, get fresh, go back to work. She loves me, she takes care of me. I trust her 100+%. What is that to worry? The extra thrill that I need once a while, I chat with these ex-girlfriends of mine. Remember good old days. Smile about it. Maybe get a hard on thinking about it. And then okay. Alright, listen, gotta go. Then satisfy yourself with another Pornhub session. 5 minutes, get back to work. That's life, man. Well, if you have enough money and if you have all the stuff in the world, go ahead and enjoy, shag as many girls as you want. There are so many sex pats, they call them sex pats. They come here, retired 60-year-old, 70-year-old men. They come here for 18, 19-year-olds. For them, that is still a priority. The pussy is still priority. But for me, it's not. I guess I used to always get into this for love, affection, validation. And fortunately, sex was fun, but I was not addicted to sex. Oh. Anyway, this is why I stopped being a playboy. I guess some people grow out of it, some people stay in it. Thankfully, I've grown out of it. So, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Have you grown out of it? And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Pretty sure a lot of youngsters are, how did you get girls? What are the techniques? And anyway, chal guys, you guys take care.